They lied to you. They told you life was supposed to be easy, that success would come quickly, that motivation was enough. But reality does not care about your feelings. Reality rewards discipline, pain, sacrifice, and people who refuse to quit right now. Somebody weaker than you is becoming stronger than you, not because they are special, because they are consistent. While you hesitate, they work. While you complain, they improve. While you sleep, they are building a future you will envy later. That is the brutal truth. And most people cannot handle the truth because the truth hurts. Success is lonely. Growth is painful. Transformation is violent. You do not become powerful without destroying the weak version of yourself first. That version must die. The lazy mindset, the excuses, the fear, the addiction to comfort. Kill it. Because comfort is ruining millions of lives every single day. People are becoming weaker, softer, distracted, emotionally controlled, and they wonder why they hate themselves. Because deep down, they know they are wasting their potential. Do not become one of them. You were built for more. You feel it. That pressure inside your chest, that anger, that frustration, that hunger to prove yourself. Use it. Most people waste pain. Winners transform pain into power. That is the difference. When life breaks weak people, they quit. When life breaks strong people, they rebuild themselves stronger. Again and again and again. That is why discipline is everything, not motivation. Motivation disappears when life gets hard. Discipline says. Discipline wakes you up when you're tired. Discipline pushes you when your emotions collapse. Discipline keeps you moving while everybody else gives up. That is real power. The ability to continue without needing applause, without needing attention, without needing people to believe in you. Because real warriors do not need validation. They need results. And results come from suffering. Every powerful person you admire suffered more than you realize. The gym sessions nobody saw, the breakdowns nobody heard, the lonely nights, the silent pressure. That is where greatness is born, in darkness, not comfort. Darkness creates monsters, and maybe that is exactly what you need to become. A monster. Focused, disciplined, dangerous, unstoppable. Because this world respects strength, not excuses. And the sad truth is, most people stay weak forever. Not because they cannot change. Because changing hurts. Growth hurts. Sacrifice hurts. Discipline hurts. Everything meaningful hurts. That is why average people avoid it. But you cannot avoid it anymore. Not if you want a different life. Look at yourself honestly. You are tired of being average. Tired of doubting yourself. Tired of watching other people win while you stay stuck. Good. That frustration is fuel. That pain is fuel. Use it. Every painful moment in your life is trying to build something inside you. Mental toughness, focus, emotional control, patience, strength. Life is training you. The question is, are you learning from it or are you running from it? Because every time you run from pain, you become weaker. And weak people suffer the most in life. They panic under pressure. They quit during difficulty. They break emotionally. Because they never train their minds. Train your mind. Control your emotions. Master yourself. That is the real flex. Not money. Not attention. Self-control. That is power. Most people spend their entire lives trying to escape discomfort. And because of that, They never discover who they could have become. They stay trapped. Trapped in fear. Trapped in weakness. Trapped in routines they secretly hate. And every year, their regret grows louder. Do not let that become your story. You still have time to change. But change requires sacrifice. Real sacrifice. Not talking. Not posting quotes online. Real work. Real discipline. Real suffering. That is the price. And yes, it is painful. Waking up early when your body wants sleep. Training when your muscles hurt. Working while everybody else relaxes. Staying focused while distractions attack your mind. That is difficult. But living with regret is worse. Much worse. Because regret destroys people slowly, quietly, one day at a time. Until they wake up old, wondering where their potential went. Do not wait for that moment. Decide now. Decide that your future matters more than temporary comfort. Because temporary comfort creates permanent weakness. And permanent weakness creates a painful life. A life full of excuses, fear, jealousy, and self-hate. You deserve more than that. But nobody is coming to save you. Nobody. No perfect moment. No miracle. No magical motivation. It is you against yourself. Every single day. And the person who wins that battle internally wins in life externally. That is the truth nobody wants to hear. Success starts in the mind. The moment you stop feeling sorry for yourself, everything changes. The moment you stop blaming life, everything changes. The moment you take responsibility, your power returns. That is when transformation begins. And transformation is ugly before it becomes beautiful. People will not understand your obsession, your discipline, your isolation, your focus. Let them misunderstand you. Weak people always criticize strong people because your discipline reminds them of their weakness. Your growth reminds them of their excuses. Your focus reminds them how distracted they became. That is why you must stop caring what people think. Most people are lost themselves. Why would you follow lost people? Follow discipline, follow growth, follow pain. Because pain never lies. Pain reveals the truth about who you are. When pressure hits, who do you become? Do you panic? Do you quit? Or do you adapt? Because adaptation is power. The strongest people on earth learned how to stay calm in chaos. That is why they dominate. Not because life was easy for them. Because suffering trained them. Every dark season in your life was preparing you for something greater. Remember that. The loneliness, the heartbreak, the failures, the pressure. None of it was meaningless. It was shaping your mind, sharpening your character, building emotional armor around your soul. One day, you will thank life for every painful lesson, because those lessons created your strength. And strength changes everything. The way you think, the way you walk, the way people see you, the way you see yourself. That is what happens when somebody stops acting weak. They become dangerous to mediocrity, dangerous to comfort, dangerous to average thinking. And maybe that is exactly who you are becoming right now. Because deep inside, you know you were meant for more. More discipline, more power, more control, more greatness. But greatness demands something from you. Everything. Your comfort, your excuses, your old identity. You cannot become extraordinary while thinking like everybody else. That version of you must disappear. The weak habits, the weak mindset, the weak routines. Destroy them, because every day you stay the same, your future suffers. And time does not wait for anyone. That is why you must move now. Not next year, Not next month. Now. Before another year disappears. Before regret becomes permanent. Before your dreams die quietly inside you. You still have fire inside you. You still have ambition. You still have anger. Good. Use all of it. Turn your pain into discipline. Turn your loneliness into focus. Turn your suffering into power. That is what strong people do. They take darkness and turn it into fuel. Every setback becomes motivation. Every betrayal becomes strength. Every failure becomes wisdom. That is why some people become unstoppable. Because life tried to break them and failed. Over and over again. You must become that person. The person who keeps going no matter what. No emotions. No excuses. No weakness. Just focus. Just discipline. Just relentless pressure forward. That is how empires are built. Quietly, patiently, painfully. And one day, every sacrifice starts making sense. The early mornings, the lonely nights, the hard decisions, the suffering. You finally realize it was all shaping you into someone stronger, someone rare, someone dangerous. And the people who once ignored you will begin watching you silently. Not because you got lucky, because you changed yourself completely. That is the real glow up. Mental transformation, emotional control, discipline so powerful that nothing can distract you anymore. That level of focus changes lives. So if you are struggling right now, good. If life feels heavy, good. If the pressure feels unbearable, good. Because pressure creates evolution. Pressure creates warriors. Pressure creates legends. Easy lives create weak people. Hard lives create powerful minds. Never forget that. One day, you will look back at all this pain and realize it was training. Training your mind, training your discipline, training your soul, preparing you for a level weak people will never reach. So stop asking for an easier life. Become stronger. That is the answer. Become so disciplined that excuses disgust you. Become so focused that distractions lose power over you. Become so mentally strong that pain no longer scares you. And when that day comes, nothing on earth will be able to stop you. Because the strongest weapon in the world is a disciplined mind that refuses to quit. And understand this clearly. Nobody is coming to rescue you. Nobody is going to wake up early for you. Nobody is going to suffer for you. Nobody is going to build your dream for you. That's why you're here, to build your dream for you. That responsibility is yours, completely yours. And the moment you accept that, you become powerful. Because victims wait, leaders act, weak people blame the world. Strong people adapt to it. That is why mindset changes everything. Your life follows your standards. If your standards are weak, your life becomes weak. If your standards become powerful, your entire reality changes. So raise your standards. Demand more from yourself. More discipline, more focus, more self-control. Because average effort creates average lives. And you were not born to be average. You know it. You feel it every night when you think about your future. That uncomfortable feeling inside your chest is your potential begging for release. Do not ignore it. Most people do. That is why they stay stuck forever. Years pass. Nothing changes. Same excuses, same fears, same weak habits. And eventually, they become prisoners of the life they created. Never let that happen to you. Break the cycle now. Become obsessed with growth. Obsessed with evolving. Obsessed with becoming mentally untouchable. Because once your mind becomes strong, life becomes different. Pressure no longer destroys you. Failure no longer scares you. Pain no longer controls you. You become calm, focused, dangerous, and that energy changes everything around you. People notice it immediately, not because you talk about it, because they feel it. Real power is silent. Real discipline is silent. Real growth happens quietly. While everybody else is distracted, you are improving. While everybody else seeks entertainment, you are building your future. That separation becomes massive over time. That is why consistency beats talent every single time. Because talented people often become lazy, but disciplined people keep evolving forever. Day after day, rep after rep, lesson after lesson, scar after scar. That is how legends are created, not overnight, but through years of suffering with purpose. So if you feel exhausted right now, keep going. If nobody believes in you, keep going. If life feels unfair, keep going. Because your breakthrough could be one disciplined decision away. One more workout, one more sacrifice, one more night of refusing to quit. That is all it takes sometimes. And one day, when your entire life changes, people will call you lucky. But you will know the truth. You will remember the suffering, the darkness, the loneliness, the sacrifices nobody saw. Because greatness always has a hidden price, and very few people are willing to pay it. But you are. That is why you are still here. Still fighting. Still listening. Still refusing to surrender. And that alone already separates you from the weak. And one day, everything will change. Not overnight, not magically, but slowly, through discipline, through suffering, through the moments you refuse to quit. And you will finally become the person you once dreamed about in silence. Confident, focused, powerful, unshakable. Not because life became easier, because you became stronger. That is the reward of pain. That is the reward of sacrifice, transformation. And when people finally see your success, they will only see the result. They will never see the darkness behind it. The lonely nights, the silent breakdowns, the pressure, the fear, the moments you almost gave up, but you kept going. That is why you will win. Because while everybody else chose comfort, you chose growth. While everybody else avoided pain, you embraced it. And that decision will separate your life from theirs forever. So remember this, every painful moment is building you. Every hard day is sharpening you. Every sacrifice is preparing you for greatness. Nothing is wasted. Nothing. Your suffering has purpose. Your struggle has purpose. And one day, you will look back at this version of yourself with pride. Because you survived. Because you evolved. Because you refused to stay weak. So keep fighting. Keep building. Keep suffering with purpose. Because the strongest people on earth are not born strong. They are created by pain. Created by pressure. Created by discipline. And now, it is your turn to rise, to transform, to become unstoppable.